Hey guys, I'm Mosin Chad, and welcome to my first YouTube video. I started this channel because a buddy of mine, we call him Groot, from Gusty Hunts, was seeing all of my Instagram posts of the shooting competitions I've been attending. And the name Mosin Chad comes from a guy that I met at Texas Plinking's 1M away at a 1,000-yard challenge, Paxson, from Paxson's Outdoor Pursuits. But yeah, let's get into the rifle. This is a Tula M9130 Mosin Nagant. Like I've said in Brandon's video, or Texas Plinking's video, this is my first rifle that I had bought when I was 18, and it was just the infantry version with the straight bolt, and it worked fine, but I didn't like the iron sights a whole lot because I had to aim down at the bottom of the U-notch to be able to hit a target at 100 yards, and it was not my favorite sights to use at the time. I was seeing a lot of the PU Mosins on the market, but at the time they were out of my price range. So I went online to look for a PU mount and scope that I could put on my own Mosin, and that's why I have the PU mount right here. But the scope was absolute garbage. Like, it was impossible to really hold zero, and it wasn't very good option. Fast forward about a year later, Robski from Vintage Rifle Shooters Club posted a video on a modern Mosin, on his modern Mosin. And that's where I got this setup idea from him, and so far it's performed beautifully. Replacing the rear sight is this rail. It's from Bad Ace Tactical. I do not remember the scope mount. I bought it at Cabela's for like $100, and the scope is an SWFA Fix 10X, which is the best scope for the price. Really, it has just been absolutely awesome. If you have a really cheap bolt action that you want to get for hunting, this scope is amazing. But anyways, going back to the scope mount, the reason I have it on backwards is because I have this limb saver, and the limb saver adds about an inch to the stock. So if I would have this scope mounted correctly, you kind of have to be in an uncomfortable position to be able to look through the scope. Like, your shoulder would have to kind of be back here and be able to look down the scope, and it was not ideal. And so I mounted on backwards to make it more comfortable and usable and not be in a very awkward position. Hopefully here soon I'm going to be taking this rifle out to 1,500 yards again. I have gone twice already, but both days that I've shot was 106 degrees, and the heat mirage was just absolutely insane. I could look at my reticle. The reticle was a little bit blurry, but the rest of the image in the scope was just an absolute blur, so I can not see the target, and it was really difficult, but the rounds were still landing around the target area, even though I was not able to really see the target a whole lot, or very well. I would also like to mention, in the Texas Plinking's 1MOA challenge, I was not using a ballistics calculator nor a bubble level. I didn't know the exact velocity out of this rifle, so I couldn't get an accurate reading. And the bubble level I just did not have at the time. I didn't even think about adding that to my scope. But still brings a smile to my face every time I think about the shot. And the comments on that video has just been absolutely awesome. I was expecting a little something for such a war horse that does not have the best reputation for accuracy, but it's just been great. And the ammo that I am using for this rifle is cellular and below 174 match grade ammo. As far as I'm concerned, they're the only company making match 54R ammo, and it would be cool to see more people breathe new life into these old rifles, since instead of just having a range toy just to plink with and just toss in the back of the safe and just leave it there. But you are going to need to make sure your rifling is good in your barrel, so you can get the most accuracy out of whatever rifle you decide to modernize. In the future, I do plan on threading the barrel to put a Surefire War Comp to help with the recoil and mitigate flash. I know that's kind of bubba-ing the rifle, but I like to set my rifles up for work. And I do plan on getting a nicer scope in here, because I think it's deserved a new scope as a treat for performing so well at 1,000 yards. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, and if you feel like it, give me a like, and we'll see y'all later.